Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing swatches with you from the brand Night Owl Lacquer. Now I've never shared swatches or their polishes on my channel before, but I do have a couple and I do really enjoy them. So today I am sharing their Fall Feels collection as well as their Facebook group custom. I believe they do them once a month. I'm not in a whole lot of Facebook groups. I'm not very active on Facebook, so I'm not entirely sure if they do them more often than that or if they do them less often, but I feel like it is a monthly thing. So there are 4 polishes in the Fall Feels collection and the one group custom. So I'm sharing 5 polishes with you today. All of these polishes will release November 10th at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. And you can get the 4-piece Fall Feels collection for $35. Otherwise, they are listed individually for $9, except for one polish, which is listed at $11, and then the group custom is listed at $10. So in the description box below, I will link Night Owl Lacquer's site as well as their Instagram page. I will also leave my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of these polishes. And let's go ahead and get started. So first up we have Fall in Love, and this is a super bright crimson red with a red, like a lighter red shimmer, and then it also has micro flakies. Here's our first coat of Fall in Love. This goes on really nicely. This has a great formula. It's not hard to work with. It stays right where you put it without any kind of running or pulling. It is in a jelly base, so it is going to have to be built up. But for a jelly polish, it actually has really good coverage here on this first coat. But of course, I am going to go in for a second coat. You also get a great amount of these little flakies out. So here is the second coat, and this deepens the color quite a bit, and it does cover the nail line completely. If you wanted it to be even darker than this, you could go in for a third coat, but I am going to go ahead and just stop here on 2. This also dries very fast and decently glossy, though I would recommend a top coat, either matte or glossy, which I have both on my Instagram. So there's 2 coats. Next up we have Time After Time, and this is a coppery orange with a linear holographic effect and those same micro flakies. Here's our first coat of Time After Time. This is the only one in this collection that doesn't have a jelly-like formula to it, but it's nice, it's easy to use, easy to work with, doesn't run, pull, or anything like that. This is also very holographic, but these lights aren't. It won't pick up hollow. I don't know why. I did change my lighting, so hopefully I'll start showing hollow. But here is the second coat, and this one does cover completely in 2 coats. Again, this one is also very easy to use. It also dries very glossy, and it is going to dry more holographic than it applies. And just a great formula here. This is the only one too that I'm going to show without a matte top coat on my Instagram page. So there's 2 coats. Next up we have Gourd-geous, and this is a mustardy yellow with a copper shimmer and those same small, they're like black, but they shift to a yellow green flaky. There's so much happening in these. They're just so beautiful, so original. Here's our first coat of Gourd-geous. This has another great formula, easy to use, easy to work with. It is also in a jelly base, so it is going to have to be built up. Once again, you get a ton of flakies out without having to do any kind of swirling, fishing, manipulating, anything like that. Usually, flakies are pretty good with coming out of the bottle and not having to do anything special to it. And also, unlike glitter, flakies don't tend to build up on themselves all textured, so this one will lie smooth. All of them will lie smooth as a finished manicure. This second coat deepens the color quite a bit, but it is still a little bit sheer. I can still make out my nail line, so I am going to go in for a third coat. If you're not super picky, 2 coats I'm sure would be just fine, but here is my third coat, and this does cover completely in 3 coats and deepens that color just a little bit more. I also feel with the third coat, the shimmer in this stands out much nicer as well. Dries fast and it dries decently glossy. So there's 3 coats. Up next we have Sorceress of the Sea, and this is a teal blue with a bright blue shimmer, and then it looks like it might have a shifting green quality to it, and it also has those micro flakies. I'm going to turn off a light and see if I can get that shift any better in there, and it doesn't really show up on camera. Here's our first coat of Sorceress of the Sea, and this is the Facebook group exclusive polish. I just didn't want to, I wanted to go in rainbow order just to satisfy my need for that. But this covers pretty well here in this first coat. It is going to take 2 coats to build up because it is, again, in kind of a jelly-ish base. You get a ton of these flakies out, and my favorite way to wear this is with a matte top coat, and again, I will have that on my Instagram page if you're interested. This does cover completely in 2 coats, and it is going to dry smooth, and it's not going to be difficult to remove because those are flakies as opposed to glitters. So there is 2 coats. And lastly for today, we have Cuddles, Snuggles, and Muzzles, and this is a purple base with that same coppery orange shimmer and then the same little micro flakies. Again, I will try to turn the light off to see if it catches anything special that I can see in person. My camera's just not doing it. Here's our first coat of Cuddles, Snuggles, and Muzzles. Once again, this is in a jelly base, so it's going to have to be built up. I do feel like this is the most sheer of all of the polishes we're looking at today, but it does have a great formula. These jelly-like formulas tend to be on the thicker side, so they're those ones that kind of just stay right where you put it. It doesn't run, pull, anything like that. I also had no staining with anything from this collection. Here is the second coat, and as you can see, I still can make out my nail line pretty well here on 2 coats, so I am going to go in for a 3rd coat. This one on 3 coats, though, is still a little bit patchy, and you can still make out just a little bit of nail line, but I am going in here for extremely thin coats, so if you did thicker coats, that wouldn't be an issue, or you could layer this over a dark purple, would be very beautiful. So here's the 3rd coat, and again, this covers maybe 95% on the 3rd coat. This also dries very fast and very glossy, so if you wanted to go in for that 4th coat, it wouldn't be the biggest deal in the world, though I just typically don't. So there's 3 coats. So of all 5 polishes, my favorite is Time After Time. This happens to be the $11 polish, but I would happily pay the extra $2 for this one. It is stunning in daylight, just stunning. So I really like this one. And that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.